It's a common image of transformation, the caterpillar turning into a butterfly. And certainly, we know the caterpillar spins a cocoon, a chrysalis, and then goes inside and actually dies and dissolves. And then out of that, something is reorganized and emerges as a butterfly. And that butterfly is certainly one of the greatest images of something that seems beautiful and tender. And how could anyone not love and admire a butterfly? But it turns out that, when a butterfly emerges from that chrysalis, it's actually a life or death struggle. It has to fight to get out there, and some of them don't make it. So when the butterfly is emerging, its life is on the line. But an interesting fact, perhaps many of you know this, is that if you slightly slit the chrysalis so it's easier to get out of, the butterfly will die. That in fact, the butterfly needs that struggle in order to emerge and live fully. That actually the struggle and the fight is what develops its strengths and its capacities to live the life it's meant to live. And so I think that's something that we often forget, that somehow sometimes it's the struggle and the fight that we need. Not that we don't need more comfort and safety. We need somehow that struggle. And there's a Rilke poem called "The Man Watching," and I'm not going to recite the whole poem, but I want to share some of it. And he talks about the immensity of the world and how much bigger that is than us. And Rilke says, when we win, it's with the small things, and the triumph itself makes us small. What is extraordinary and eternal does not want to be bent by us. And then he talks about wrestling with the angel in the Old Testament. And he says, whoever was beaten by this angel went away proud and strengthened and great from his harsh hand that kneaded him as if to change his shape. And he says, winning does not tempt that man, for this is how he grows, by being defeated decisively by constantly greater beings. So I think of that and say, oh, how can I engage in the really important fights, or how can we, and really take on something grand and something worthwhile? And if we commit ourselves to that, for taking on what's big and important and struggling for that, then it will change us in ways, whether we win or lose, that make us greater and bring us closer to living the life that we're meant to live. And I wish you well.